Hey guys, my name is Simpzy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2. Here today on the channel, we're back with episode 8 of my DEI, Divide Et Impera Spartan campaign. Here today, we're going to be continuing our war against the Egyptians and have the battle for the river Nile. We're still currently under the reign of King Areus, who's 53 years of age. He's got his son and heir, Leonidas II, and there's even a future king as well, Cleomenes of Sparta. So I guess we're sort of ruling this Spartan Empire with King Areus and then King Leonidas II. I guess it's the two kings of Sparta there, we could say, in roleplay as. I've got the rest of the Spartan army up in the north in Pannonia, gobbling up some barbarian rebel territory and resources. Hopefully we can continue on that front as well. But this is the ancient world at the moment. So we've got a strong military alliance with Rome, the Seleucids, and the Armenians. I am open to betraying the Seleucids, but we'll just have to see. I wouldn't mind going to war with the Romans at some point, maybe once I've built up a bit. Like if I could have some of Alexander's sort of empire at his height, like that sort of territory in the Far East, we will be able to battle it out with Rome, which should be a good one. Anyway, let's get King Areus to push over the Nile, and it looks like they're going to stand and fight. So let's have the battle for the ancient river. Alright, let's fight this one on the field, and if we are successful, we might be able to hit Alexandria in 257 BC. Okay, let's start the deployment and see what we're looking at. Okay, I always love fighting sort of in and around the Nile. Okay, so it's actually here, behind us. Or somewhat, some of it. We had a really good battle against the Seleucids, I think. So, I want to see if there's any crocodiles or hippopotamuses in there. No, I kind of wish there was. So we're attacking them at the end of the day, but we've got Archer and we've got a Ballista as well. We do have Skirmisher Supremacy. I'm just looking at where we can deploy. There seems to be a little bit of territory over on the other side here. Yeah, I think we're better off deploying here, because the thing is, it's like in a little bit of it looks like an island because of the deployable zone, because you can't retreat any further back. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, we'll hold back and we'll make them cross the river. Oh, that'll be awesome. Okay, although we're attacking them, we're going to have to bait them in somehow, but hitting them with the ballista usually encourages a charge when you have skirmisher supremacy. They don't like to sit still. We could move my archers over the other side of the river, and we'll try and, yeah, we'll do that, and we'll try and kite them back in. Okay, so the Spartan war machine has deployed on the other side of the embankment in the thick Nile reeds. Look at that. We've even got some pikes here as well, which we've managed to get from our Egyptian territory. Oh my god. Where's Moses? Hanging out in the reeds. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, hopefully this goes to plan. We just need to kite them in, because they don't seem to see me at the moment. So come on, Spartans. Prepare for glory. For tonight, we dine in hell. So, what I'm going to do is, we'll keep the majority of my skirmishers back. I think we'll just sacrifice one. Like, we'll just sacrifice this unit if we have to. It's very weak. Make sure it's seen, and we'll try and kite them over. Because once the Egyptians get close enough, we're going to be able to absolutely bombard the Egyptians with our flammable ammunition. Are they trying to cross?
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they're starting to see some of it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. It looks like the Egyptians have sent some scouts wanting to cross the river. And there's the rest of the army. Yeah. So they seem to be wanting to push already, which is cool. What I'll do is I'll quickly just invert the flanks a bit and make sure we're protected, because they seem to be pretty keen to charge on over. Here we go. Oh, good strike. Yeah, the Egyptians have crossed the river to try and scout out, and they've found the Spartan host instantly. they cross that river a lot quicker than what I was sort of anticipating. Because ideally, if we can bog them down, pepper them, get this sort of the slush and the undergrowth tossed all up as they cross. Hopefully they can get stuck in the low river. But realistically, there'd be crocodiles, there'd be hippos, there'd be a lot of casualties due to the environment, you'd think. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, like, if they had to cross this, how many of these poor boys would get jacked by Nile crocodiles? Because those things are absolutely mental. They rival our saltwater crocs here. Okay, so they're pushing on over through the river. And this is what this is what I wanted. Just to sort of hold them down, but they seem to be gaining territory quite well. 70% in our favour. Let's try and get some shots, or their favour. Let's try and get some shots off. Man, they do not seem to be phased whatsoever, fighting knee deep in the River Nile. I guess this is their homeland at the end of the day. Oh, they seem to be routing a little bit there. Make sure everyone's in a defensible position. Yeah, those cavalry are really causing me a bit of a nightmare compared to the last battle against the Egyptians. They are hitting us quite hard. But fierce fighting has broken out in the reed, some sort of thicket, I would say. They're cycle charging well on my flanks. Thankfully, we've got brave Spartan boys equipped with shields and spears. We should be able to make quite easy work of that cavalry. Let's try and get some shots off here with my ballista. It's a little bit hard, but we're in such close proximity with the ballista to the front line. It's worth doing it if I can hit my shots properly. Maybe that's a better angle, potentially. Yeah, the arc of it isn't the best. Maybe just try and fire into that cluster. Okay, we're managing to do quite well against the cavalry on the left-hand side and on the right. Good. My god, this is an absolute nightmare for the Egyptians. But we've managed to go into a good position. Spartan pikes versus Egyptians. Who's going to win out? Oh my god, you can't see anything. You think you're about to go get stuck on a reed, but it's a spear. It's a huge pike coming at you. Oh my god. So we're trading quite well here. Oh my god, how terrifying is that? They seem we've got some Galatians fighting with them, potentially. Yeah, because these guys look a little bit barbarian. Okay. Oh! I might have to send my general to deal with that. Some routing cavalry has now come back in and hit the baggage train. We really need to protect that as much as we can, because, well, we need the food and supplies, because we're on campaign. I do recommend getting a baggage train if you're aggressively conquering and pushing into foreign territory. You do lose a unit slot, but I think it's worth it, man. Staves off replenishment. Well, attrition rather. It keeps you have a lot more, gives you a lot more replenishment. We're still out of the woods. Yeah, it's quite close, this fight. Just going to continue to try and bombard these Egyptian units if we can. I do need to keep an eye on clipping my own units. They have nerf. Oh no! As I say that, we've managed to destroy completely one of my own ballista. Oh, that's unbelievable. That the ballista, oh no, is a one-shot destruction. They have nerfed him in DEI quite a bit, which is understandable. In Rome too, they are still very, very strong. I'm trying to think, like they were patched, weren't they, in the Imperator Augustus update? Because there was a time where you could basically naval battles and navies and ships and armies on the open sea would just get absolutely destroyed. If you had a full stack of ballista ships, those things would just absolutely destroy anything in the open sea. So it does look like they've got some Ethiopians fighting with them potentially as well, because they are a DEI sort of faction that they've fleshed out as well. Maybe even some men of Nabati are there as well, who are their allies. They've taken some Seleucid territory. So the centre's still holding for now. I'm just tempted if we should move out of our phalanx formation and just try and wrap around. Yeah, I think we should do it. I think it's advantageous. Okay. I kind of wish there was sort of some more, I don't know, sort of debuffs for fighting this type of terrain. Troy Total War does a really good version of this, in the sense of you have to really pick and choose where you fight on the field, because you can get some really bad debuffs if you're fighting in thick mud and sort of clay areas. I'd love that if they could bring that to DEI, because although this is a really fun battle, it probably should be a lot worse for the Egyptians, you know what I mean? Sort of finding the environment. Because, like, they wouldn't be able, if a full army crossed that river, like, they'd basically lose all the footing underneath, wouldn't you think? Okay, so they're now routing. Only a couple more units left. But then that's another army of the Egyptians destroyed. We might even be able to destroy them here today, because we've destroyed, what's this now? 4. So we've had 3 episodes basically focusing on them. We've probably destroyed, this will be the 5th full stack. So we were slightly outnumbered a bit, but we were able to catch them after, once again, they were pushing and overcommitting against the Seleucids in sort of the northern Syria region, while we sort of came down and smashed them. Okay, and a couple more units here holding. But now with this army destroyed, the port of Alexandria will be back under Greek control. It's mainland Greek. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for the Egyptians. I probably would have confederated with them if we could. We do share the same cultural affinity, but maybe that's like major factions can't confederate. I guess it'd be a little bit overpowered if I was just to save up as much money as I could and just sort of pay off the Seleucids and the Egyptians. Just to join my fascist Sparta empire that we've sort of got going. But once again, King Arius, 8 episodes in now, nearly about 100 turns into the campaign. Heroic victory, is still alive and still kicking. He's doing really, really well. They massively outnumbered me as well, by a good 1,000 or so. So unfortunately we lost those archers. That was fine. That was the bait to bring them across the river. And they're going to run away. It's this Egyptian navy, man, that's given me a lot of hassle. We lost a territory in Pergamon. We've lost Rhodes. And now Cyprus, back and forth. So, I've just gone through here to see other factions we can confederate with. So, Massalia, Cymeria, and a couple of others. I'm tempted to nearly confederate with them. Some of these Caucasus factions. I might sort of try and confederate with Cyrene once we take some more territory in North Africa, I think. And I think Massalia might sort of overextend us a bit in Gaul. Okay, so I've negotiated with Cymeria. They're going to join a confederation. We've got really good relations with them. Trade rights, a non-aggression pact, and a military access pact. And they're going to join. We do have to give them nearly 4,000 though. But the deal has been signed. Oh, now we've got territory up in the Bosphorus, which is awesome. Up in the Crimeas. So there's a couple huge buildings there. Crikey. Okay, so we'll... How long does it take to get that? Because I haven't gone too much into our military tech because we just don't need to. Civic is giving me a lot of money. But our units are just like quite good. Same with the Romans and Spartans. They're pretty good base units. So what have we managed to get? Oh my god. So we've got some Crimean infantry. They're called Bosphorus hoplites. Okay. So 4 full stacks. Crikey. Okay, back on the barbarian front in Pannonia. These guys, for some reason, have managed to move a full stack right next to my capital. They've only got 2. They've got some Germans they're going to ally with, but that's fine. We're going to be able to basically destroy their 2 full stacks and then take the entire region. So, okay, so basically our first war with the Germanic tribes. Once we get rid of them, they're probably going to want to sue for peace. So now we've got some armies over in the Crimea, which is awesome. We'll get those probably to push against the Persians, maybe. Okay, hang on. Which army should go for it? I guess this one. Because we've got the garrison coming out. I just wanted to try and get that other army in if we could. So we are smashing the barbarians up here in the north. They are putting very little opposition in. And it's getting us like 13k gold every time we sack a settlement as well. Or loot it, rather. Right, back down in Egypt. Let's try and push and take some more territory. We'll try and take Memphis and gain the pyramids under Spartan control. And then I guess we push into Alexandria. We'll use Memphis as a base of operations first, just to replenish and repair. And we'll loot as well. So, the King of Sparta now controls the pyramids. Mission successful. Vina Vina Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Wow, that's a lot of cash. So we've hit that military objective. And then we've got another one issued as well. We're still a little bit away from our military victory conditions because we've lost Rhodes again. We've got an army to hopefully try and retake it. But we're fighting on a fair few fronts. You've got to give it to the Egyptians. This annoyance is, well, it's really annoying them taking this territory here. Okay. I guess we push to Alexandria now. Try and sabotage the army inside. Successful. That's good. We've depleted their units a bit. Let's go with food and religion. And then I guess we push further south to sort of the Cairo region. So let's push on in and see the odds of a siege of Alexandria. Yeah, we're better off auto-resolving this one. Hell yeah. So Alexandria is now firmly under Spartan control. Fantastic. And we'll try and use some of these buildings where we can. Man, oh man, these Egyptians. They have lost the war on the open field, but the seas, they are dominating. They've taken Tyrosh now. Trade is definitely our play as a Hellenic faction. We get most of our money from it. Okay, so we'll send these 2 armies further south to try and grab those, and I guess we'll send the others into sort of West Africa here. Okay, so we should be fine against that garrison. But now that we've lost... What is this? That is very Scooby-Doo. How have I done that? I guess we ought to resolve... What? That's a funny-ass bug. That's like a bit of a gif. Okay. Anyway, yeah. We'll continue against the Egyptians. It's probably time to get a navy because that's really annoyed me. Those Egyptians just being very pirate of them. Carthaginian merchant. A prominent Carthaginian merchant has been slain in your lands. Give up the culprit. Hide the culprit. Carthage is a small kingdom now of what they once were. They've only got 1-2 provinces. Rome has smashed them. If they had all of North Africa, I would probably give him up, but no. Extradition will be denied. Okay. Just finishing off the last of the Egyptians here and their small garrisons. But yeah, we basically did the hard work in the last couple of episodes. We've destroyed 5 of their full stacks. They probably haven't got much more left now, you'd think. Okay, back up in the north, we should be able to secure the province of Pannonia. We've got Demeter up here. Demeter, yeah. Demeter would be the female name, I guess. Demeter is the biological son of King Aeneas, by the way. So the king's son up in the north should be able to take it, because the thing is, DEI does, I really do like this, they give historical kings out, so you don't have to rely on the family tree, like they sort of pop up, so you can adopt them and use them as your faction leaders, like Leonidas II. But I guess it's kind of cool for Sparta, because then we've got sort of 2 claimants to be the king, because there was always 2 kings in Sparta, which the 300 movie tended to forget. Here's the Carthaginian merchant. So insult on Carthage, we get 2,000 gold. Yeah, so we've insulted them. So that's quite cool. I do like those missions and stuff that pop up. So we could have the 2 lines of Sparta, sort of the kings wise. We could have Leonidas and Cleomenes as one of the kings, while Aeneas' children, like Demeter, can be the other line. So they've only got 2 provinces now. Far out. Okay, still continue our war against the Egyptians. We're basically now just trying to gobble up the last of their territory. So even the Armenians are coming out to help, which is cool. Leonidas II is going to be continuing to push further south. And we should make quick work of the last of these garrisons, you'd think. I nearly caught another one of those horses up there in a movement glitch. Okay, now we're going to be able to take the province. There we go. Yeah, because they attacked us in the end turn phase. That's alright. Good victory there by Demeter, though. And we'll be able to use... Man, even this part of... Sort of... What is this? Hungary we're getting into? Maybe. Seems to have a lot of grain and stuff. Yeah, a little bit of Austria as well. We'll use this as a sort of northern breadbasket, while Egypt has a lot of our grain in the south. So this should be sort of the last of the Egyptian territory here, except for the ones they took in Cyprus. But yeah, they just don't have the economy anymore. Now my Imperium's gone up as well. Let's go with a fountain there. Let's go with the owl. That always gives us good research. There's actually a really good temple buff for Hellenic factions there. You get sanitation as well, so it's always good getting for that sanitation research. I quite like going for the owl temple. Like the picture of the owl. The best way to describe it for you guys. Okay, so they've basically been eradicated from Egypt, their core territory. They've just got the territory up in the north that we lost to them. But there's some minor rebellions here. But as you can see, Egypt is fully under our control. We've got those 4 full stacks from the Crimea now. They're basically spawned for us. We might actually declare war against the Persians. Like push, into the Caucasus in the next. We'll continue to try and take some more of this barbarian territory. Might be better off to push into Dacia itself rather than into South Alpine Gaul or essentially Germania by the look of it. But here is the Spartan territory at the moment. Egypt is firmly under our control. We just need to retake. So, oh no, the Armenians took it. Really? Oh, they took Tyros. That's annoying. Well, we might have to betray them eventually. Same with the Seleucids, so we'll eventually get that territory back, I guess. But here it is. Spartan Empire. We currently have, what, 4 stacks in Egypt, 3 up in the barbarian territory, another 4 pushing into the Caucasus. So 12 or so. We've got a navy coming down as well, but you never know, the Seleucids might take Tyrosh. But yeah, it looks like the Persians are pushed out to the border here, and we're about to have, of course, the historical conflict with the Persians, which will be good. So we'll play that battle. Yeah, we'll play this one at the start of the next episode. That'll be a lot of fun. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for episode 9 coming out soon. I'm going to play the outro now. Cheers. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Gotta say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. So thanks guys, my name has been Simpzy, much love from Australia, goodbye.